Are 80s film directors' true messages misunderstood? Imagine watching a movie from the 1980s and thinking it's just about cool cars, flashy outfits, or big explosions. But behind that style, many directors hid messages about the world they saw changing around them. During the 1980s, the world was shifting fast. Leaders like Ronald Reagan in the United States and Margaret Thatcher in Britain were shaping politics and society. Filmmakers of that time often used their movies to comment on these changes. They wanted to tell stories that made people think, but sometimes their messages got lost in the fun and spectacle. For example, in Britain, films like Fords on Water and Coast to Coast mixed humor with serious issues. They talked about youth unemployment and racial tensions, all wrapped in road trips and buddy movies that audiences loved. These films used simple stories to show how society was struggling, even if viewers didn't realize the deeper meaning. In London, a film called Babylon showed the struggles of a young black DJ facing racism and social unrest. It reflected real issues happening in the city at the time. The film was raw and political, but many viewers focused on its music and style instead of its message. Across the Atlantic, director John Carpenter made They Live in 1988. It was a sci-fi film about aliens secretly controlling society. On the surface, it was just an action movie, but it was actually a sharp critique of consumerism and social inequality. Many people missed that part because they were caught up in the exciting fight scenes and special effects. The 1980s also saw a change in how movies were made. Studios wanted films that could sell easily, so they pushed for high-concept ideas, simple stories with big appeal. This sometimes meant that directors' original messages got watered down or hidden behind flashy visuals and big stars. Still, some filmmakers managed to sneak in complex ideas about society and politics, even if audiences didn't always notice. When people think of 1980s movies today, they often remember the music, the fashion, and the fun. But if you look closer, many of these films had important things to say about the world at that time. Sometimes, their messages were misunderstood or ignored because viewers focused on the surface. Looking back with a bit of context helps us see what these directors really wanted to tell us. Knowing about the social struggles, economic issues, and political tensions of the 1980s makes it easier to understand their films. They weren't just about entertainment. They were about reflecting and questioning the society they lived in. So yes, many 1980s film directors' true messages are often misunderstood. But when we take a moment to see beyond the style and spectacle, we find stories that still speak to us today. They reminded us that movies can be more than just fun. They can be a mirror to the world.